Thank you for waiting, because it's Friday. And my name's Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. It's Friday. See, I even screwed that part up. I start again. My name is Kevin. This is Dirty 20 Gaming. It's Friday. These are my regulars. There's some not regulars here, not saying that they're irregular. This isn't going well. We are here to play FunShot Fridays. That's what I'm going to go back to. Go back to the script, Kevin. Goodness grief. Go back to the script. We are here to play another Grant Howitt game this week. This particular one is a mod on another game that he did that we did play before. That one was what I did on my summer holidays. And
I
it
thought I
involved a lot
recognized
of
it.
things. Yeah, I did a lot of things down at the beach. Both of you guys were in it. Very similar game, but a different setting. This is what I did on my practical adventuring exam. So this time, instead of being sort of, 6 and 7-year-old kids, you are now like young adults.
I was the big fuzzy monster.
You were the big fuzzy friendly monster. And yes, and it was a lot of fun. So we're going to do it again, but this is a slightly different version of it. The rules are also slightly different. So, and for people that weren't here before, let me show you how those work. It's real easy. When these guys try and do something, they're going to roll 2 dice. If those dice are both over 4, it's a success. If only one of them's over 4, it's a 4 or over, sorry, it's a success, but something also happens. And if they're both 3 or less, horrible things occur, and I get to let my imagination run wild. They can change those rolls. If they want a better chance of success, they're going to have 2 traits. They don't even know what characters they're playing yet, but each of them is going to have 2 traits. And if they can come up with a positive way to use those traits, they'll have a better chance of succeeding. There will also be opportunities for them to use those traits in a negative fashion, which will make it harder for them to succeed. But it will also earn them attitude points, which, as everyone knows, in a young adult's world, attitude points are everything. So with those attitude points, and you can't have more than 3 at a time, but every time you roll with a negative attitude, whether you succeed or fail, you get 1. You can have up to 3, and what you do with those, you use them to use your special abilities. But those special abilities are connected to your characters. Let's just say for now, to use a level 1 ability takes 1 attitude point. To use a level 2 ability takes 2, and logically, to use a level 3 takes 3. So, with no further ado, I am going to deal cards to these fine people. And that's going to tell them who they actually are tonight. So, 1 goes there, 1 goes there, there, and there. Boom. So, you guys can click on them and you'll see what they are, but nobody else can see what they are yet. So in order, we're going to drag these out. If you click it and drag it out onto the page, we'll be able to see it. The screen will not, or the viewers will not, but that's okay. So let's do this in the order that I've got you in Roll 20. Wookie, if you would be so kind as to drag that card out onto the table and show us who you are tonight.
I'm not seeing it.
Okay, hang on.
It's above your name, I believe, in the...
He's on, but you're on a, okay. I'm going to steal that card. And then I'm going to show them. That's right. This is happening because he's on the mobile app, and you can't do all the things on a regular app that you can do on the mobile app.
No, you cannot.
That's okay. Let's just we'll figure out who you are by process of elimination. So for right now, Dax, if you could drag that out.
All right. How did I do it?
Just click on the card. And there you
Did
go.
I do this?
There you go. You are
Dax is a wizard.
the wizard.
You're a wizard, Dax. Whoa.
You're the wizard. Yay.
You're a wizard, Daxy.
Now, I am going to give you your sheet. And there, and controlled by you as well. So now in your journal, you'll be able to see there it will say Wizard in Training. And if you click on that, there's a lovely little picture of you. It says Wizard in Training. And then underneath that, have you got that open?
No.
No? Okay. Have you found the character?
Yes.
Okay. Just give it a click.
Right. And then flip card?
No,
What do
not
we
the card. Leave this is over in your journal. So on the right-hand side of the screen, over where the chat is,
Right.
the third, for you, the second tab along, it says Journal.
Ooh. Okay.
Click on that.
Yes.
And in there, Wizard in Training. So click that.
All right. Yes.
And we're going to
see
use you
everything.
as an example. There you go. So you are a wizard in training. Your traits, the things that you can increase your rolls by doing or decrease them but earn attitude points by doing them negatively, are being bookish and being good-hearted. I am interested to see if you can figure out a way to be good-hearted in a negative way. And your ability.
I'll just try.
Absolutely, that's the whole point. As a wizard, your special ability, of course, is magical explosions. And you can, at the 3 levels, cause various levels of mayhem and foolishness, as you can see, but we won't say those out loud yet. Also at the bottom, you will see, and I'm not going to say this out loud right now either, you will see your antagonist. They show up if you ever roll the same number on both dice. So
With
next.
my luck, it'll be 2 ones.
Hikaru, played for us by Solar, because I'm kind of sneaking these introductions in now because I didn't do them at the start like I normally do, and I feel kind of bad about that. So
We were just
that
firing
was
all
Dax.
cylinders
He's never
today.
been with us before. Yeah, this is what happens when I don't get to play 5 nights a week. I'll introduce you guys much more clearly at the end. But anyway, yes, Hikaru, if you can drag your card out. Or just click it, I think, if you just double click it. How did you make it work, Dex?
I clicked on top of mine and I just dragged it.
Okay.
Well, I clicked on it and then.
There you go.
There you go.
You are the barbarian. Hey, barbarian.
That's all right. I think I'll live with that.
And the image might look awfully familiar if you are a fan of a certain game. Anyway, you are a barbarian. Your traits are being mighty and bold. Your ability is rage. And you can see your 3 levels and your antagonist. That antagonist is just flat out rude. Next, Bison. Who ye is,
Okay.
who ye is.
Who is Bones? Bones is a sneaky
Hey.
get.
You is a rogue.
Hi, sneaky.
Get you in.
What's the? Oh, I see. I have jumped the gun.
So again, now if you go into your
There we go.
journal, you'll be able to see your character sheet.
I'm
You
a
are
red.
rebellious and sneaky. Your ability is the art of stealth. And the rest we will leave hidden for now. Which means, by the process of elimination, our Wookiee is a cleric.
Yay, I'm the hero.
Well, kind of, but clerics don't really work that way in this game, as you'll see in a second.
Oh, I hope.
Hopefully, you should be able to see. I think you can see a character sheet in this, and it's all you need is the bio and info sheet. You don't actually need the character sheet itself. It should be a little picture, and it's just some words.
Yep.
Excellent. So yes, you are a cleric.
Thank you.
Your traits are being gregarious and holier than thou. Your ability is you are
On gregarious.
you are incredibly friendly.
Okay.
Yes, like overwhelmingly friendly.
Fond of company,
you are a
social.
forge cleric apparently, because you can see what you can do to things at level 3, and your antagonist as well. So-
This is gonna be fun.
This is gonna be a mess. So I stopped writing them down. Who's our barbarian?
Me.
That's Hikaru, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. And our rogue is Skelly. And our cleric is.
How do I do a human version of his voice? That's impossible. Yeah, I got nothing. We're just gonna have to pretend he sounds vaguely like Krusty the Clown.
that's all he needs to sound like. Just one night, man. It really doesn't matter. All right. We should probably get started. Let's do this. All right. Now, because we're not done, because I have two that I have to roll. Not only do these unfortunate people have to just get told just now what they are, what their class is, I, to add pressure, get to decide, first of all, where they're going. So they were sent there. And then ended up there.
Huh.
Odd how that's going to work. And then I also have to roll the enemy. Oh, look at that. That's going to be an interesting combination. All right, so that's as much warning as I get. With that,
That's too much. We're off on a great start.
With that, you guys are, let's just go. You guys are final year students, which is pushing it because this is a really shoddy school. You guys have been here like 6 weeks. It was supposed to be a 12-week course, but they've decided to give you double credit. They're not giving it back half your money, but they will give you your diploma if you survive. I mean, pass the exam. That's the deal.
Oh boy.
You should see what they do to the guys who fail.
Who do you think the NPCs are? The one guy mutters. The people you'll be killing were last year's failures.
Oh.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure we saw that on Adventure Skeletons. But...
The four of you have not had stellar careers here at the school, at the academy. You are not on the dean's list. You are on a list, but it says most wanted at the start for the most part. You've been banned from most of the public establishments, especially those where alcohol consumption is allowed, for miles in every direction.
Strangely on brand.
It's a university like only magical young adults can do it. When one of the group, when you can stumble over to the cleric and go, I'm about to get sick, fix me up, and they can cast a spell and you can start all over, there's a whole new level of party going on at magical universities.
When getting
Clerics
stoned involves
renting out their
drinking
services in the corner of bars.
when a basilisk gets rented out to get stoned.
Yeah, you literally get stoned, yes. Speaking of which, speaking of stone, thank you. You just gave me my first NPC. You guys are sort of milling around. You showed up for the final exam, which you had thought was going to be a written exam, and it turns out it's not. You walk into the office, and your advisor is wearing Bermuda shorts with pot leaves on them, and like a white T-shirt with "Make It Legal" on it, and it's been legal forever, and like fake dreadlocks and the sunglasses, even though they're inside.
It's
They have already checked out. You realize they're already on summer holidays. You guys are just this last pain in the ass that they have to deal with before they go. So they there's the desk is a mess. There's rolling papers in amongst the actual papers, and they pull out a piece of paper and go, yeah, and throw it at the four of you. So go there, kill everything that's there, bring back some proof, and you'll be graduates. Where'd I leave the Malibu? And he just starts digging into his drawers.
Well, I guess we have,
Screw
I
you
need to do
too.
it.
Let's go.
Just give me that Malibu already.
Oh, okay.
Not till you graduate. He's not
Now.
as hammered, dude. Have you ever tried it with orange pop? Tastes
It's
just
delicious.
like a popsicle. And he starts pouring a row of drinks for you guys.
Ah,
You're all young adults. This is legal.
3
And off
sheets
we
to
go.
the wind. Let's do this.
So, who's grabbing the piece of paper?
Sure. I was grabbing everything else. I'm just like, rogue.
It's
this
stuck
guy's
to the bottom of
wallet.
your. It's stuck to the bottom of your drink, and when you finish the drink, you look down in the bottom of the glass through the bottom of the slightly milky glass, and it says "Haunted Woods," which is conveniently located right outside the university. It's not really
course,
that
why would
haunted.
they?
There's actually a car park on the other side of it, and you kind of walk through it to get to the university, but it's called Haunted Wood for effect.
Oh, well, at least it's convenient at least.
It is very convenient. It's right there.
Any adventuring university that doesn't have at least one dungeon built underneath it is like weak.
no, we haven't been there yet, but we'll make sure to bring somebody to put in there. I am sure. If not, I'll just bash them to death. Who knows?
And
Maybe
your
we
advisor's
can
got one eye
talk
closed
with
trying to
them.
pour drinks because he's having trouble already. Oh, one more thing. You guys only got till sundown.
Oh,
Well, that's
It's
like
like it's summer, but it's like 6 p.m. So you guys got like 4 hours.
Well, I
First things
suppose
first.
we need to get moving then. Let's go.
You guys
it's not a
pour
good
out.
idea if I'm in one.
Guys,
It's not a good
grab
idea
drink
if I'm
from
in
the-
one place for long.
No. Strangely enough, even though this is a faux medieval world, there are red solo cups. And a bunch of them are quickly produced, lined up, and filled with creamsicles. Highly alcoholic creamsicles to send you on your way
Right on.
with. And it really does badly, horribly, wonderfully, marvelously taste like creamsicles. So good. So bad for you. Anyway, you guys step out into the evening light. Weirdly, there's some people out there. There's always people. This is a university, but the thing is, they all seem to have like armful of stuff, and they're leaving. Like they're heading out of the gates.
Nerds!
People with families, they're obviously not adventurers.
Well, this is going to be very, very nice for us to have a clear path, but this doesn't bode well.
Was there anything worth taking?
You hear from one of the windows just up and to your left. Shit tons! Most of these people are leaving their stuff behind. And you look up and there's a dwarf pitching what is obviously not his stuff out the window of student accommodation. And his buddies at the bottom catching it and piling it up on a cart. Didn't you hear? The place went broke this morning.
oh, oh.
That
Well,
might be a
while
graduation will mean nothing.
And your advisor leans out the window next to you and says, No, I got yours. They're the last 4 I wrote before I quit. But you can't have them till you win.
Well, everyone's distracted by the whole catching of stuff. I'm
Yep.
going to be sneaky, and I'm going to take
Yes.
pick some pockets.
Absolutely.
So with my
Which
bad
absolutely
attitude,
would be a negative attitude. Absolutely. So roll 3. Let's do our first roll of the night. 0 successes. Wow, it's been a while.
on
and-
par for bones. If you've
Well,
noticed,
I know
from the last
exactly
couple
what
of
it is.
games.
Your fingers are sticky. Well, first, a couple things. They're sticky from the creamsicle. Second, you don't think you've got flesh, so
Yeah.
the fingers
Not
were
used to
bigger
all this
when you tried
meat.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. They got in the way. And what
Stupid
you
meat.
actually ended up doing was cupping the buttock of the quarterback quite firmly.
Hey there, sailor.
You have this is something you're gonna have to keep track on a piece of paper somewhere. You just got a what did I call them? Attitude point? Yeah, attitude point. Absolutely. Do you take your hand away?
Slowly.
as they turn. Okay. Have one more attitude point. Why not? Let's get this party started.
Well, if I'm gonna get the extra attitude point, I am not breaking eye contact.
Hikaru, what are you doing? There's people stealing stuff everywhere.
I'm looking for the dean. I'm gonna punch his car.
No,
Maybe it's not a good
no
idea.
animals were injured during the filming of this episode, but they didn't have cars. They had horses. So roll 3d6 for me in a negative fashion, with a negative attitude because you're punching a horse.
My
One
wife has a
success.
story about her grandfather punching a horse.
Yeah, yeah. So you're like, I had enough of this. This place is going broke, and you punched a horse, crack, and one tooth goes and falls out. You have knocked tooth out of a horse, but it goes and rears up and double front hits you twice in the chest with its front feet and just knocks you back through a wall. Which seems like an important time to remember in this game. No one will die in this game. That is the worst that will happen to you is a couple scuffs and bruises. So don't
So
hold
Hikaru
back.
just stands back up and then wipes the dust off.
And
It's
one
just
more thing
mad
happens.
at this
The
damn
horse,
thing.
as you stand back up, the horse starts going meep, 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 and it's making the noise itself.
A
So
moving
the horse alarm is going off.
Good having.
Raven, yes, you made a noise. What are you doing?
Oh,
Keep track of
Wow.
your attitude points. You just got one there as well, Hikaru.
let's see. I got nothing. Move on to
You're a
Baltimore.
cleric. Yep.
Yeah, cleric. Holier
Friendly
than
and
thou.
Holier than thou. Yeah.
Friendly and holier than thou. Well, with the holier than thou, and everybody is stealing stuff, and
Yes.
All these petty
he's
criminals.
going to this 4 foot tall little black bird person is just going to start hit somebody in the shins and then grab something they've taken and said, "Tithe for the forge god," then knock him in the head with it.
Absolutely. So give me that is in a positive sense. So give me with a positive attitude, and then we'll do the negative attitude for the hitting them in the head with it. But first, the positive attitude for actually giving them grief.
That was actually similar to what I wanted to do.
Perfect. And then the give me now the with a negative attitude when you go to hit them. Okay. So you yeah. So you cracked him across and maybe your big brother was a swan because you got it just right on the bony part of the shin, like right underneath the knee, right where you start hopping around and swearing even though you don't mean to. You got it right in that spot, and they dropped something, and you grab it and hurl it back up at them, but it was a bag of feed, so it hits them, but it just kind of goes. And then falls off, and you're covered in seeds.
Cool. Free
Some-
food.
Yeah,
Start
but you
pecking on it.
also get no. I just see the little raven tongue coming out and like pulling them off with the nose. Yeah. Ooh, this weirdly long forked raven tongue, just because I'm a little bent.
Fine by me.
But so yes, you also get you did 2 things. So have 2 points. I know one of them was positive, but here's the rules, and we don't need those anymore. Speaking of this, Dax, you've heard of these games that I do with these people, and you have now seen it. The rules do not matter in any way, shape, or form. What would you like to do?
Well, I
Benjamin
was
the
about
Wizard.
to do a similar thing where I wanted to whack someone with my staff and just be like, "No stealing! It's bad."
Okay, that's good, Harden.
Basically, everyone's beating on the rogue.
Yes. No, they're picking on NPCs. I don't do PvP till the second half of the game. So good-heartedly, positively. So with a positive attitude,
Yes.
go ahead and give us correct these poorly thought out people.
With a positive attitude.
Absolutely. 1 success. So you start setting forth the theories of such great dignitaries as Socrates, Aristotle, Saint Aquinas, and others before somebody, and it's working. A couple people stop and feel really guilty, and they don't put stuff back, but they like put it down and just keep leaving. One guy walks past you going, "It's mine. No, this is mine. This is mine. This I'm not stealing. This is mine. This is mine. I'm not stealing it." You don't believe him, but he's heading out with this thing. But as you turn back, one of the big kids has bent down when you were turned around, and he grabbed a double handful of seed, and he's now raining it down on top of your head while his friends laugh.
Oh man.
You have
Ah.
another trait there, which could be read as large heavy object. I'm just saying. So what would you like to do?
Pretty bold talk coming from somebody in nutshot range. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess I'm just gonna let it happen because it's like
No, no.
okay.
No.
These
No.
aren't
That's
bugs.
not
I
how
don't
this game
care.
works. This is the only time I think I've ever said no in a one shot is because you tried not to do something. So may I make a suggestion? How about that?
Sure.
Here's how ridiculous you can be. What's your other trait? Other than
Good-hearted and bookish.
Bookish. Okay. So to be
You know,
bookish,
you know what?
and
I'm
to
gonna
be a
take my
wizard-
book. I'm gonna
Yes!
take a book and
Yes!
slam it in the nuts.
there it is.
Like,
Yes. Wizard
You've
books are
been
big,
bookish.
heavy tomes, and you just biff them with it. So give me. Oh, I hope this one works. This would be even better as if you did this and it works. Now give me this with a bad attitude because you are being bookish in the worst possible way. Your librarian does not approve
Oi,
of smacking
that's
people
not
with your
fun.
book.
Stop it. Yeah.
Bang!
Well, that's a kneecap at the very least.
Did you roll already? Was that the one success? Was
yep.
you? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, you you can blame Bison for this. You hit him in the knee. Crack! Ooh! And then the cover of the book comes open and up. You know that video where they measure, they take the tape measure and they measure from the guy's nose to his hand, and then they hold the tape measure out in front of him and then let it go? Yeah, you did the reverse one of those. Like the book hit him in the knee and he's looking down. It's like, ow, what the hell? And then like a spring-loaded trap door, it just came up and caught him right into business. So there is a complication because there has to be. That complication is you've ripped open his clothing. I'll stop there. And said
Uh-oh.
business is now touching your book.
You got
So
Yeah.
take
you
a
got jock itch all over your book, bro.
oh that's okay. Yeah, we're not going to leave that there. What are you going to do? Literally, we're not going to leave that there.
I could just leave him just hanging there.
It's literally hanging there with your book right there. What are you doing? There's no initiative in this.
First-
We're staying with you till I'm done.
I turn around and I'm just like, and this is coming from a good-hearted place.
Yes. So you turn
You're
around
lucky
and
I
walk
w-
away.
You're lucky I did went for worse.
And as you turn and walk away because I'm a jerk, you attempted to do it with no. Give me the positive attitude first. Give me with a positive attitude because you're trying to do a good thing here.
Oh!
Yeah, the positive thing doesn't really work. As you turn, the book gets caught on something. Without thinking
Oh.
about it, you just go. So now give me with a bad attitude.
Oh,
You're equally bad
no.
at that. So yeah,
Oh, and
There's
the
a double.
definite shows up.
and a doubles. So
We're not even out of the parking lot.
not
We
even
got
out of the
special
guest
guest
room.
appearances.
Did I or did I not tell you guys that?
I love it. This is magnificent. So
Oh my goodness.
you pull the book, and you at the last moment you think, "Oh, I hope that wasn't his." And you look over at your book, and there is this, what most people would call very gaudy necklace hanging on it. But
Uh-huh.
you love this necklace. You know who owns this necklace. You have been envious of this necklace since the young lady who owns it first set eyes on her 3 years ago. But she hates you with a passion bordering on a mania. And you look down at her broken necklace, and you hear the muscles in your neck creak because your head doesn't want to turn. It really doesn't want to turn, but it does against its own goodwill. And this is how bad it is. The other guy is still standing there with expose flagrante delicto, and your eyes never even consider going to that. Because standing in front of you is a young lady with a small scratch mark on her neck and her arms crossed across her chest. Flames, literally, this is a magical world. Flames literally boiling in her eye sockets. Benjamin?
Sweetheart, are you all right?
Yes, Jennifer.
Thank you. I didn't have a name for her. Jennifer it is. It's perfect. Oh, that's awful. She's got huge 80s hair. Yeah. And she is covered in, like I said, what most people would call bad costume jewelry, but it's a weakness of yours. Yeah, she just, there's so much of it. It's all right
So
there.
much shiny.
As you're,
I'm thinking
as
like
the-
writing down ideas for later when I'm dead. Covered in
well, he's going to be
jewels
dead
and
pretty
gold.
quick, so we'll leave you there with a moment to think of how
All
you're
I'm
going
gonna
to
say
respond
is-
to that.
All I'm gonna say is, I think you're more pretty like this.
Oh, that is good-hearted. You tell me, is that an actual attempt to be nice, or are you trying to save your life?
It's kind of both. But it's actually me being like awkward and actually trying to give a compliment, like calm down.
What a surprise. Let's break some rules. Roll with a positive attitude, but I'm going to give you an attitude point anyway.
All right. Oh.
Well,
2 successes. She's already there.
she's already there. Oh, I figured that part out already. I'm just pausing for dramatic effect. You say that, and from behind you on the other side, you hear her mom. You're not going to buy that shit from him, are you? And creak the other way, there's her mom. And if anybody in the world hates you more than Jennifer, it's Jennifer's mom. So we'll leave you there for a second. Skelly, what are you doing? And don't remember, guys, you guys have got these abilities and 3 levels of them, and you've all got at least 1 point now. So build more points or blow stuff up or whatever you're doing.
All right. Look, a bird. Like in a way where it's going
You're
to
gonna try and
distract
distract
everyone
them?
and
Yeah.
turn and just gonna book it. Literally. Get it?
So that's 2 points or 1? You're gonna create a loud or
it's-
bright distraction?
I believe it's just 1. Let me
Absolutely.
see
Okay.
real
Well,
quick.
here's the question. Do you want, if you have 2 points, do you want to just distract her, or do you want to distract this whole room? Including man with his jump coat.
You know what? With the seed guy and with the
Things are going
the-
poorly. This is a
I'm
social
gonna-
anxiety
gonna do
person's
a-
worst nightmare. You're starting to be the center of attention here.
an exploding bird.
An exploding bird.
I'm going to do at level 2 to distract everyone and as much people as possible.
You point at a window, exploding bird, and a bird of paradise / peacock / phoenix all in one, comes through the window, comes
Oh.
flying out into the middle of the room, and then just explodes like the most amazing fireworks show. And you start to run, and you realize some people are still looking at you, so it explodes again. And again, and again. It's just this repeating. Every time it comes back. It's a bird of paradise. It's a peacock. It's a phoenix. And you're just, where are you heading? No, better question. No, I don't even have a question for you. You said you fled.
I'm
You
just
run.
booking it. I'm just.
Yeah.
I'm
You're
out
just,
of here. I'm just gonna.
and you run out of the. You guys never even made it to the haunted woods. Like, you're still in the keep.
We're still in
you
the
run
parking
out
lot.
of the keep into the haunted woods, but you stop because it's not the haunted woods. You've been here 4 months. You know this is supposed to be the haunted woods. Instead, it is, and I quote, a surprisingly nice beach.
Oh wow! It's a surprisingly nice beach.
And we'll cut back inside. Hikaru.
I didn't do anything. I was gonna say
No, Skelly. Then yeah, let's go back to you. I just remembered saying your name. I didn't remember. I don't listen.
yeah, I'm actually gonna use my oh no, I'm kind of being observed. Shit, that doesn't work.
So you have a
Oh,
thing as long as you have enough points.
I was going to appear behind someone by surprise, but the jock who I didn't break eye contact with is staring straight
He's the
at me
only
still.
one. Yeah,
Which
he's
one?
The only one.
Just kidding.
Yeah, yeah, which one?
Actually, I will give you this because he is now looking at the exploding bird. Everybody is
Right.
looking at the exploding bird. Technically, the crowd is stunned and disoriented. So yeah.
Okay, I am actually going to appear behind Benjamin. And
As
just
they
because I'm using,
sneak out.
yeah, just poof, where are we going?
So,
Oh boy.
yeah, you burned the 2 points, and he never saw you coming. Hikaru, we're coming, Wookie, we're coming.
I will be
Hikaru
right back.
first.
Okie dokie. Also, someone noted that someone is breathing really heavy into their mic.
This
Okay.
not I.
I think it might be. Yeah, okay, it stopped now. We're good.
All right. Anyways, so Hikaru sees Jennifer, but then sees everybody now is distracted.
Yep.
It's like, damn, that woman's awesome, but I think I better book it too. So he's gonna book it over to the woods.
Okay.
End up next to Benjamin and
So run up to
Skelly.
them. Yep. All right. So suddenly, Raven, all like 4 feet and like 60 pounds of you is all that's left of your adventuring party. Everybody else has run out the gates finally. The pillaging is continuing. There's many shinies in here. What would you like to do?
And I see a particularly shiny skateboard.
Yeah, you do. Yeah.
I grab it and
Signed jelly.
Cowabunga!
It's a ghost skateboard from last week. So
I came in
spend
exactly
one-
X skateboard.
I spend one of my points while I rip it from the person who was riding it.
Yep.
To bless the device so it propels for me.
Yep.
And get on it and I don't stand on it. I lay down on it and I just spread my wings and have it go. I don't like actually flying.
Yeah. like a ground effects aircraft, or like 3 feet off the ground is, and you have
It's
to
like
be
the
really
real
low to
thing.
see the wheels. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, because that is a ghost skateboard from last week, it is also canon that it is completely silent and incorporeal, but it supports your weight. So
All you hear is I'm sorry, Raven. It's going.
yeah, just across the floor.
I don't hear it because I'm doing that in wee. So it's pulled up by me doing it.
And you guys roll out of the keep into the actual location of the first part, of now officially the second part of the adventure. as you find yourselves on a surprisingly nice beach. In front of you on this beach, there's a weird thing. It's a perfectly black tent. It's quite large, sort of like 6 meters, 20 feet by 20 feet. Very thick black material.
That looks conspicuous as hell.
Guys,
it's gotta
look,
be, it's gotta
a
be hot
black
in here.
tent over there, and it's big
Oh.
apparently.
I'm still on the self-propelled skateboard that's been
And it
blessed.
still works, even though you're on sand. Yes.
And I'm
Yeah.
going for it, going, I'm going to give whoever's inside a hug.
So give me whatever with a positive attitude for sure. Yep.
Huh.
Do it again because you did a positive attitude with your other attribute too, or your other trait as well. It was also holier than thou. That's better. You roll in underneath the flap, the perfectly black flap. The rest of you just see them, boop, like it lifts up when they go underneath and then drops down behind them, kind of like a trap. Inside, cleric of clerics, you skid to a stop as the magic on the skateboard seems to fade away. You look up, and your 2 successes. As you look up, you've kind of got your weapon, your holy weapon, with you, and as you put it on the floor, it kind of radiates a little bit of light, and it touches some feet that you see over to the left or to the right of you, and as it touches them, they just kind of go pff, pff, and turn into mist and float away.
Just the toes.
Oh.
Just
And
the
you look
toes.
up, and your head kind of comes up, and in a beach chair, sun tanning in perfect darkness, is a vampire. He's got sunglasses on, little black Speedo with fangs.
And a whole lot of sunscreen.
just like you can see it, it's caked. Somebody has done like cappuccino art on his
No,
balding
it's that
forehead
zinc.
in the
It's
sunscreen.
that zinc
the
oxide.
zinc
It's that
oxide.
zinc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all
it's
of
just
all different
all
colors.
of it.
Yeah, the whole body. I love it.
Looks up, goes, need anything forged for the forgery god?
Oh, can you come back after dark?
Sure. Walks right back up the tent. And
You see, as you turn around and head back out, you see them. They've jumped up and grabbed a robe, but they got like they're trying to pull it on, but there's so much zinc oxide that it's kind of getting stuck and everything else. But yeah, it is absolutely, positively, no questions asked. That's a vampire, and there are still at least a half a dozen thralls in here. And yes, Hellhound, you heard correctly. I said it. The Speedo has fangs. It's up to you whether they're on the front or the back.
as I get to the door,
I
hey,
missed that.
wait, this is a test. And I
Yes.
grab the... This is for the Forge God. And I grab the tent thingy and
Yep.
just grab it and start running around the tent, trying to rip down the tent.
Do you have
Can I
any
help?
attitude points left?
I have one, and it's a bless device. And I'll assume since this is a perfect tent in some shape or fashion, it's a device.
It is, in fact. That's kind of where. Yes, it is, in fact, a
well,
device.
I'm
An
going
automated
to bless,
tent.
Yep.
I'm going to bless it in the fact that it's one that flies.
Okay.
Just the
give
tent,
me-
nothing underneath
And
it.
actually, no. That's a trick. So there is no roll for this. It happens. You say it flies.
And to get it started, I just spin it around
Yep.
and just
And
I'm
it start-
running with it, and then I let go.
At first, it starts to spin, and just on the ground, like a battle bot, like spinning in the spot, and then it starts to lift. But not only does it start to lift, it starts to lose its blackness. It starts to go transparent. So by the time it's spun out completely flat, starting to fly away like an umbrella, it's like lace. It's like white lace. It wouldn't be doing him any good as a tent anyway. And as you watch it go, it's very pretty. When you look back down, you see him just legging it across the beach. Smoke coming from several small spots where he didn't get zinc oxide. So there's just this screaming vampire. And one of the places he didn't get was the bottom of his feet, because you never do. So as his feet are coming up behind him, the soles of his feet are smoking. Yeah.
Slowly getting shorter.
Yes, he's starting to shrink as he heads for a conveniently grassy cave in the nearby hillside. That was our cleric. Let's go back to our rogue. No, I'm sorry, our wizard. We haven't been with our wizard in a while. Wizard,
Well,
your
that's
worst
something that
nightmare and
happened.
her mom are here. What are you doing?
And you've conveniently fucked off.
Yeah, you have disappeared. So you can hear yelling and screaming in the keep.
Benjamin!
Yeah.
I'm just gonna. At this point, I
Look
kind
down
of
and
want to
more-
go
more by
with
good
the
luck than good
vampire.
management. You've still got the jewelry. So, yeah. And sorry, what?
I'm gonna see the jewelry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna blush a little bit. I'm gonna put it in my pocket, and I'm just going to be like, I think I deserved it. And then,
Yeah.
and then, I can hear the mom saying Benjamin. So I'm just gonna be like, I think I'm gonna go. Anyways, we need to go with that vampire, right? Right? Okay.
As you just
Let's go. And then I just
across-
go towards the direction of the vampire. I'd rather be with that vampire and the trolls than
Absolutely.
be with her mom.
I
This
No,
wizard
thank
has
you.
the biggest
Yeah.
balls I've ever seen.
I'm divorced. I completely understand the decision you just made. Vampire, kill me. Yeah, let's go. But anyway,
Mother-in-law, whoop.
you follow through on this, and the vampire runs into the overhang, into this shallow cave, and you run in behind them and find yourself face to face with an angry vampire who's slowly spreading zinc oxide over the burning spots.
Yep.
Yup.
Hello?
Absolutely.
That's definitely a vampire.
Hello. Are you a vampire?
Come here and give me your neck and I'll show you.
Well, if you are, then it's a trick, and I don't want to get tricked into doing something I don't want. But no, I'm not gonna show you my neck. So from what I've read from this book, you do have the fangs. You are pale. I'd say, yeah, you are indeed a vampire. Don't need to show my neck. Please do not touch my neck. And I, yep. That's
that was being good-hearted.
know what?
Absolutely. Are you going to do anything to him? You could be good-hearted. I mean,
you know, wait, what was
You
our
could let him
mission
go.
again? Like, did we
Sorry?
have to defeat him?
well, you're supposed to kill all the things in the haunted wood, but this isn't the haunted wood. So your mission is sort of nebulous
He's like in a
at this
cave
point.
adjacent to the haunted wood. We just
No, the haunted
assumed
wood
it
has
was-
ceased to be. There's a surprisingly nice beach here now.
Hmm.
This is where the haunted wood was. So your
Just
mission is-
bulldozers.
Wow.
The Artificers Guild just bulldozed the entire thing while we were thinking we were doing our exam, talking to El Drunko.
Florida was
Well,
moving
you
in next
see.
door.
We were tasked to go into a very haunted forest, but clearly this is a very nice beach.
I
So
could,
I'm not sure what to do with you now. What do we do?
I could,
And then
you
I'm
could
just gonna.
you could just let me go. I could just go.
Well, I mean, it's a nice beach, and we had to hunt in the haunted forest, so I guess that makes sense. Yeah, you know what? Sure,
Cool.
I'm gonna
Uh,
let you go. I'm
Go
sorry
ahead,
for this.
Give me a roll with positive attitude. Because you're being good-hearted. 2 6.
And then
oh,
well,
rolled a 5.
It's fun playing with me.
all I'm seeing is two shadows just sort of peeking in from
Yeah,
the cave
well,
entrance, and then
yeah,
a pair of
this is-
glowing and two pairs
I
of
know.
glowing eyes.
Here's my take on it. You say he can leave. He's like, and he just bolts past you. This is a vampire heading for sunlight. Like he's making a run for it, and then you hear the running stop, just boom, 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 and you turn and look, and he's backing towards you, because outlined in the entrance to the cave is a big one and a little one, and there's just like hatred in two human forms. There's no way out of this cave that doesn't involve
Black
going
and red
past
swirls.
Jennifer and Jennifer's mom. And it turns out all these years you weren't wrong, because you see Jennifer's mom go and Jennifer goes they're both vampires too.
My neck.
Hey Karu, what are you doing? The vampire just ran into the cave, and then your maniac friend just ran in after him. And then
I saw the two others going.
and then two Karens showed up.
Not party time.
Uber
I
Karen.
drag out my sword, which amazingly turns into flame on the on the sword part.
Yep.
And I run in there all willy nilly, and I see the two ladies. And I'm like, oh, ladies, you shouldn't be in this cave. You need to get out of here. I've got some work I gotta do. Then I can come and quote you later.
Okay, so are you?
The cutter's
are
a
you-
guy. Okay.
What are you doing?
Barbarian.
Barbarian,
Wow.
yeah. So where you were, are you using a point to scare someone off?
I could use the point I have to scare at least one of them off.
You can scare them both off. They're together.
Sure.
Okay. So yeah, you.
They just see this big old lycanthrope come up right behind them and tell them to get out of
Hey.
there.
There was a whole rather successful TV show about how lycanthropes and vampires don't get along. I mean, for the first 300 years, the two stories had nothing to do with each other. But then some Hollywood dude decided, let's get the best of both fan clubs.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's
so
like
now there's a history.
12 different things. Or
Just
like,
stories for
Which
that.
one are
What do
you talking
mean?
about, bud? Like, there's
the one
the
that
one
is-
with Kate
it's the one
Beckinsale,
with
and there's
Mark-
the one with the good music.
You know the vampire and the werewolves hating each other? That's one series.
And there's the one with
Right, that
Wolverine that,
one
doesn't have
series.
Wolverine.
See exactly how much I know about these. I thought there was only one. I thought I was mocking one thing. No.
So many
I'm
things to
You're
mock,
mocking
man.
like
I'm thinking
13
sparkles
at
all over the
once.
place.
All right. So
But
this.
Half
Those-
Tumblr is pissed off at you right now.
anyway, yeah, this big
It's
old
okay, I don't tumble.
lycanthrope just walks up behind them
Yes.
and is like, get out of here, and I'll come
you
quote you.
convert. Yeah, you convert. Are you a true lycanthrope? Are you a wolf, or what are you? Because an ursanthrope is a bear, and there's a phrase for each
No,
one of
this
them.
is
And
the- no, he's a wolf.
sheepanthrope.
He is
She
in all
Okay, a
means
true
and
lycan,
purposes.
yeah.
He's a wolf that's
He's-
fire red.
Ooh. Oh, thank you. That's the hook I needed. You turned into this bright red wolf and just at them. And they turn around and the mother goes, "Ah, Ginger!" and grabs her kid and runs
Ah,
like it's catching. And she flees.
Good rain.
Run out. Oh, Ginger, they would have ate your souls if you had one as they're running past.
And as you're like, well, that was rude, a vampire comes running out of the darkness and into the light. And unfortunately, in the process of spreading the zinc oxide to cover some of the places, it's exposed some new places. So it's like,
Uh-huh.
ow, 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 and there's blistering and everything. And they start trying to like hide on and under you.
Under me.
Under everybody that's standing there. So just like crouching between the three of you. So yes, we're gonna get back to Hikaru. Let's go with Raven. What do you do? This vampire is trying to crawl basically under your feathers and get out of the sun.
Well, I'm gonna with my gregarious, happy-go-lucky nature, I'm gonna be like, "Aw, you want a hug too?" And I'm gonna help you in service because I am a holy cleric, and when I hug, I'm gonna wiggle my feathers, which will clean off the sunscreen and get stuck in my feathers.
Yep.
A dude-sized feather duster.
Yes.
Yep. Because this is a
And-
vampire. I'm a cleric. I have to burn him.
Yes,
alive.
absolutely. Yeah. So yeah, you give them a hug and give them that sort of squeegee hug where you start wiping off all of the zinc oxide. So, give me a negative bad attitude. We had to get you some points here. 2 successes. Ooh. If that had 2
Oh,
fives
With
in
a
it,
double. With
yeah,
a
it
double.
was
Does it count if you discard it though?
only if it's the 2 that are used. So,
Aw,
Oh, lucky.
boo earns.
but still, you squeeze and it kind of pops out like a cherry pit. And there's now a vampire arcing through the morning or the evening sun, and he sticks in the ground like a lawn dart and starts to
Nice
smoke
shot.
over large portions of his body. The only upshot, oh no, there's 2 successes, so there is no upshot. You just kind of go, and all the zinc oxide just shakes off of your hands and your weapon, almost like you had prestidigitation.
Almost. Just
Oh.
look around. I'm
Arcing-
helping. The
Arcing through
show.
the air. The vampire
Since-
arcs through the air. Bones, what are you doing?
Well,
Skelly.
since Count von Schlad is is ass up in the air, I'm gonna pick his pocket.
As he goes by.
No, he's ass up in the air.
Oh,
like,
yes, you're
boom.
right. He's in the ground. Yes, go ahead. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So with a bad
So
attitude,
Bad attitude. Yeah.
1 success. You pick his pocket and you pull out his wallet, which has the Vampire Express card, a
I'll
bunch
keep
of
that
gold.
one.
Yeah, it's a no limit. Yeah, it's a no limit card. Because vampires have
Might
been
use
around
that one
forever,
for
they're all rich.
identity theft later. His DMV
Oh,
card.
Yeah. There's a bunch of gold in there
Used
as
subway
well.
card.
You only get
Um,
a used subway card.
However, I said however because for most people this would be a bad thing, but we did confirm that this is a prequel to all of the Mr. Bones adventures.
Shenanigans.
So, 1 success means that you succeeded, you got what you wanted, but there is a complication. And you look down, and the complication starts to eat the flesh off of your fingers that you touched him with.
Ah, yes, son of a bitch, you trapped it.
And it starts to fall, the skin and the meat starts to fall off of your body.
This hurts a lot more than I expected it to.
As he starts to even sound like Mr. Bones. Yeah. So, because I did that to you, let's break some more rules. Just have 3. Just have 3 attribute points or attitude points.
Attitude.
And with
How
that,
many did I get?
yes. Back to
How many
Raven.
did I get?
Sorry, you kind of broke up there.
How many of those points did I get?
You know what? Everybody gets 3. We're closing. We're coming up on the sort of the final moment here, so everybody can have 3 for right now. So just pull no punches.
Okay.
This is going to be an even shorter than normal one, but let's do this. All right. So you have 3. So what are you guys doing? Cleric in training,
Proud.
Raven. Let's start with you.
All right. So this guy's just butt in the air, out of the sand, smoldering to a crisp at this point, correct?
Yes. Yeah. He is still alive, but he's not in good shape.
Relatively.
I waddle up to him and just go, so, did we pass the test?
And because right beside you, a multicolored party tent just pops up, just poof, out of the sand. Sand flies everywhere. The flaps roll open. You look inside. There's a complete party going on inside, like a beach party. It's night inside. There's salsa music playing. There's people dancing. There's a conga line. There's drinks flowing. And your advisor leans out and goes, "What? Huh? Who the hell are you?"
I grab the vampire by the leg and start dragging him towards and toss him on and go, we passed. Give us our graduation slips.
As you grab the vampire, your clerical powers start to rot it, and it starts to come apart. And by the time you hand it over, it's like an unholy relic. It's just a handful of bones and some skin
A
and
very
stuff.
angry head.
Yeah, just it's still alive. Going, you know, I can't die, right? You know, I'm gonna be like this forever now. As
I'll
you
just
hand it
buckle
over.
out some cheerleader and be like, feed then.
And then your advisor pulls open his robe and reaches in and pulls out a scroll and hands it to you, and you unroll it, and it is your diploma. It does have a big orange alcohol smelling stain on it, but it is your diploma.
All right. And then as my last action,
Yes.
I am going to use all 3 of my points
Yep.
to create a robot
Yep. I've been waiting for this.
with a positive attitude.
Yes.
I am going to make it a party bot equipped with funnels and creamsicle pouring capabilities.
Creamsicle dispensers. Yes. And it's got a disco ball. And it
Yes.
dances, and it's a provides European dance music, and and it rolls into the tent with you behind it. I love it. That is magnificent. You may be the only cleric that anybody ever wanted at their party. Paladins,
All for the forest god.
never tell the paladin where the party is. They are such, oh god, they just put the kibosh on everything. But clerics are okay. So
Unless he follows Caden Kalen, because that's the god of travelers and vagrants. And he's bringing the booze.
So, Hikaru, there's still a couple of minions on the beach, but they're running for the hills. What are you doing?
What's the fun out of scaring them? I'm gonna run and jump in front of the minions.
Yep.
Use all 3 of my points to scare. Scare the whole crowd.
You
fight
run.
them.
Hang on. Yeah, exactly. You do fight, right?
I'm gonna fight the whole fucking lot of them.
There's a couple of them, and you chase them over the hilltop. And you run down the other side of the hilltop, right into an undead army. There's hundreds of them, and you don't even stop.
Just the
I
eyes
was
just
born for this. Yeah, the eyes just get beady, and the weapons. You start growing weapons out of the other arms, and fangs coming out, and spiky boots, and just and you just rage kill and just mowing the undead grass. There's bodies flying. There's artists painting pictures. There's bards writing songs about it. And you continue the mayhem into the darkness. Skelly, what are you doing? And yes, Dax, I'm saving you for last.
Mr.
No,
Bones
I don't know
is.
what to do.
That's
Sorry.
okay. We'll figure
That's
it
why
out.
we're giving you more time.
Yeah.
So, Mr. Bones is unfortunately starting to lose his meaty bits.
Yes, you are now
And
very nearly Mr. Bones.
Yeah, very Mr. Bones. And he's like, well, this has all been fun, but I got student loans to pay off. I'm going to need a job. And I just sort of disappear when observed by multiple people.
Just, everybody's looking at you like, you what? We're having a party. You're talking about, hey, where'd he go?
His nose
I
is just.
I was looking right at him. Like, right. Yeah.
The entire time, just parts, just fleshy bits are just falling off. And he's just like, at the end, it's like, I got debts to pay off.
And just the skeleton disappears, and all the meat and the clothes just go like Obi-Wan's robe, right?
Yeah.
And just like that scene, one of them walks over and starts poking it with his toe.
Just a lot splattier.
Yeah. And then wipes his foot, because it's a lot splattier. Mr. Bones, where do you appear? In your shiny, bony, non-gold plated, non-robotic form.
Oh, Mr. Bones' first job.
Yeah.
as a slightly sneaky.
If you painted your
He's-
skeleton black, you'd probably be pretty sneaky at night. Yeah.
I was gonna say, you know what? He's gonna work at a haunted house.
It's only like 6 weeks a year, but the money's good.
And they give you extra credit for authenticity.
Oh, but then they do that weird thing at Christmas for the really Halloween freaky people where they do the undead Christmas, so you get to work at Christmas too.
Well, I'm
Just
like,
not in the mall.
I'm set if I go to Disneyland. I just gotta paint things and put on a nice suit, and hey,
So that is where Mr. Bones goes, which leaves us with our wizard. This has probably been a bit much for poor Benjamin, I would imagine. A good-hearted, bookish young person such as yourself. First off, getting hammered in the middle of the afternoon, going to this shoddy school, being confronted by more antagonists than you knew you had. But now, at
Jennifer
least,
and her mom.
at the end of it, they're all gone. And Benjamin the Wizard is free to do whatever they would like to do. What do you do? Forget the sheet.
Well.
what's a frog to do?
What's a frog to do?
Well, it's been years and years since, he has been dreaming about Jennifer and everything. And he kind of wanted to show what he could do. And aside of exploding birds, he can do explosions too. That are just regular.
You look down the
Um,
street, and Jennifer's house is in clear view. And you know, being a good-hearted person, that there's nobody home right now.
Yep.
Good-hearted does not necessarily mean not petty.
Oh yes, you could be petty, but you're not going to kill anybody, right?
All these years of, being kind to others, having the best interests at heart, and eventually he just realized that, everyone treated him bad for caring about others.
Yeah.
So eventually,
Alignment shift.
he reaches out in his pocket. He sees the necklace that he still has from
Mhm.
Jennifer.
Yep.
He goes, towards her house and everything. For some reason, he knows that, her schedule and no one is there for now.
Well, they just got chased out by the vampire, so you made them all go away. It's safe.
And then just because he feels this power, you're just gonna blow up the house of Jennifer. Just, you know what? Should I? Actually,
Yes.
he
the answer to
thinks
the question,
about it,
should
and
I,
boom,
in a
it
fun shot.
explodes.
Yeah, exactly.
He just
Oh,
thinks
yeah,
about it
that's
like
my
it's.
first
Doesn't
fireball.
Like,
doesn't
he's
even get the
waving.
sentence. Doesn't even get the sentence. Should I out? It's just boom. Should I?
Exactly.
It's already
So-
happened.
So he's like, no, I can't possibly do that. Well, should I do?
Off it goes. And you are
Okay.
standing there, and because you're a good-hearted person, you sort of redirect the wreckage away from town so it doesn't fall around all the other towns. But whether by
Yep.
accident or maybe accidentally on purpose a little bit, pieces of jewelry start falling out of the sky and landing near you. Really nice pieces of Jennifer's jewelry. And some even nicer pieces of Jennifer's mom's jewelry. Just boom, 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 boom.
So,
You look around, you're all
Um,
alone.
Surrounded by
Benjamin
shiny.
knows which one is actually Jennifer's jewelry,
Yep.
but not Karen, the mom. He knows that, if it's something else. So he's just gonna, pick the ones from from
Yep.
Jennifer's mom, and just be like, I deserved it. You know what? I did. I deserve it. And it's just gonna walk off on the sunset with a little outro.
And
Basically,
as you
just
walk off into the sunset, a paper airplane floats behind you and pokes you in the ass. And you turn around and pick it up and unfold it, and it's your diploma.
Woo! I almost forgot
And-
about that.
And outlined against the setting sun, we end with Froggy going woo with his diploma.
like the
Ooh,
Breakfast
we're still missing
Club.
Hikaru. Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. What? Hikaru, finish us out. Take us out.
All right.
I'm sorry.
After a bunch of long fighting,
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You were
Oh
mowing
no,
the
no,
grass over the
it
hill.
was
Yeah.
it was it was Wookiee we missed. My bad.
it was
No,
Wookiee.
No, they got there. I think everybody got theirs, right? Everybody burned their 3, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry. No.
Yeah,
Um,
I
In the
burned my
meantime,
three. I
while
was
you guys
on
are
my way.
figuring out, I'm just
Yeah.
in the
My
air,
fault.
like stuck in the air with the fist.
It's beer's fault. It's always
Yeah.
beer's fault.
Beer's day.
I mean, I could just
Friday.
end it as I walk up on the hill
Yeah.
as the moon is rising.
Yes.
He howls and right into his open hand because he's howling like this, like in victory.
Yeah.
And into
Yeah.
his open hand flies his own diploma.
Yes, absolutely. You get your diploma. I don't think Bones cares, does he? Does he give a shit about this diploma at all? You want it on the way out?
He got it a day. He got a day job. You know, he'll pick it up in the mail.
So
It
yeah,
is
like 6 weeks
documented.
later, 6 weeks later at your house, 3rd class mail, your diploma shows up. Postage not paid. You have to pay the postman $2.40 to keep it.
Oh yeah, I did this a couple weeks ago.
Oh, and on that happy and slightly more drunken than normally Friday, and I meant the characters, night. Thank you all for playing. I had a blast. Oh man, what a good time. But now I got to wrap this all up and get all official again. So, first of all, the introductions I should have done at the start, and I'm going to wrap them in with some thank yous. My 2 regulars first. I cannot say enough about the 2 of you. Every time there's a space to fill, you're there. Every time you come here, you bring something new and interesting. You're always into the games. I love it. Bison, thank you so much for coming to play with us. You are one shipping computer away from being socially mediated again. So why don't you tell us about where you're going to be in future by the time this goes up on YouTube?
In the future, hopefully by the time this goes up on YouTube, here's hoping. I will most likely be doing my own streams of Warhammer Total War, which I may be doing in character as an orc because it's fun.
Yep.
Or I will be playing various games with Roosbar because he's my buddy and we like to stream together. But that is the plan, and I will be doing a Cyberpunk Red campaign in the near future. I've had a couple players bail on me, but that's okay. They have life to deal with.
Yep.
So here's hoping, and that may or may not be streamed.
Excellent. And I know I was bugging you that once you get comfortable with that system, I want you to stream at least a one-shot for us here. So
It's a lot more streamlined than I thought it was going to be. That's actually the best part
That's-
about it. Combat is really, really easy to figure out.
that is absolutely a major trick if you want to stream, and it's got to be quick. Boy, you can't have 9 button pushes. It slows things down too much.
Nope.
But thank you very much for coming and playing with us tonight. Oh, Hikaru tonight was played by Solar Dasher. Thank you to always. Oh, the new computer is looking great. You got backgrounds now. Your sound's better. Your lighting's better. Everything is awesome. Thank you so much. And what are you doing? You're doing your Bleach game still, right?
Yes, I'm still running Bleach the Darkness Within. I am working on actually getting that back up and running again. We were kind of delayed in posting simply just because a lot of us have been busy with real life.
Yeah.
That just, it happens, as you already know on your Thursday
Yeah.
shows.
Oh, missed so many shows in the last month or so, but it is that time of the year too.
Yeah.
We're heading into the holiday season, so people are busy, you know. So
It's going to happen. I understand that, especially with everything that's been going on. Also, lately, I've been joining my sister, and she streams Fortnite. So I've been playing Fortnite with her and her friends
nice.
while they stream. I am under Solar Dash or IG there.
Mhm.
And once in a while, I do get on Among Us, but haven't so much lately. But
Awesome.
it's still an option there.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And if anybody needs to get a hold of you, probably the best place to do it is at our Discord, which is a great excuse for me to drop our Discord over here. While I do that, Wookie, second appearance. Thank you again for coming out tonight. I had a great
Appearance.
time both times. Thank you for coming. You came through us to us through some kind of convoluted channels, but I'm very glad to have you here. Thank you very much for coming, and I hope you enjoyed the second night as much as you did the first one.
I did very much so.
Awesome, that's wonderful. And you stream I'll probably going to pronounce this wrong. Genshin something. Tell us about that.
Genshin Impact.
Okay.
It's a RPG type. Just kind of hack and slasher, cross-platform. Wookie Love and Hug on Twitch. I do that and do a Star Wars role play stream type thing with Marvel's Spider-Man that I will be picking up again, likely tomorrow night or Sunday night.
Nice, excellent. I like this variety. Everybody's doing different stuff. Not everybody's doing the same thing. And that leaves us with our master of bravery tonight. Coming on here first time is brave to start with. For those of you that don't know, Dax does not have a whole bunch of role-playing experience. In fact, they're part of a group of new players. So what did you think? First of all, thank you. You did amazingly well. You got into the swing of it. You stopped thinking. You started being silly, and you were amazing. So we'll start with that. Now, how did it feel from your end?
Well, at first, of course, I was like a little bit nervous, and I didn't know how to like interject myself into like the
Sure.
situations and everything.
Yeah.
Usually, I like to think about like what I'm gonna do, but sometimes it's fun to just wing it. And
There's no time to do it in these games. So.
Say it. And yeah, no, I had a really fun experience. That was fun. So I'm definitely going to want to do that another time. I believe I'm going to be participating in the Bear Ice.
Yep. Honey Heist in a couple of weeks. You're in that for sure.
Yay!
So.
And I can't wait to be a silly bear.
We are
The
going
last-
to. Yep.
I was going to say the last time we went, or not we, I don't think I was in that one, but they went to an amusement park and it was an absolute riot.
Yep. They also did the first Honey Heist I did on this channel was set in a lodge in a national park where I
That's
worked.
what it was.
Yeah, it's Emerald Lake Lodge. We destroyed it. It was the Three Goblins in a Trench Coat that was the local arcade.
Right.
Yeah, they got like an outdoor go-kart track and outdoor mini golf and the basement mini golf. So that's where I set three Goblins in a Trench Coat. Yeah, you don't have to be creative. You just have to like look around. The world is full of inspiration.
Shenanigans getting mixed up.
Shenanigans everywhere, which I guess brings us to me. We've got, I think, 3, maybe 4 weeks left of this season of the Mercs of Mischief. Guy is saved. We're all good. Guillaume is almost saved. So we'll see how that goes. Other than that, back over here on Thursdays. Most Thursdays we're doing Iron Sworn, but there's, the world. So we've missed a couple, and there's a couple more coming up because of holidays and work schedules and stuff. It'll be a little hit and miss for a little while, but we'll get back into it into the new year. Fridays, these are continuing forever and ever and ever. I wait all week to do these on Fridays. This is not going to stop. And then in the new year, we're adding 2 shows. I'm really excited about these. One of them is Scum and Villainy, which is space pirates, which is just going to be like one of these, except a slightly longer format and 2 more rules. And that's about it. And then the other new show that's being added is we're not quite sure on a date yet, but this is going to be Timely Interventions, which is time traveling detectives going back in time to find out what really happened at various, and this is important, non-military points in history. I avoided the obvious ones, and like you're not going to Waterloo, and that's too easy. That one, they will also have the opportunity to change the history if they so choose. But that's all the yakking and all the shameless self-promotion and all the shameless other promotion. It is time to do the end, which is the 6 thank yous. So thank you, Bison. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Solar. A joy, as always. Thank you, Wookie. You're going to be a regular here soon, man. Just keep coming. And thank you, Dax. Your bravery. To be completely honest, I didn't think you were going to do this soon. I am so proud of you to say, yes, put me in one of these silly streams. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll do it anyway. Yes,
You
I
know
am
what?
so happy.
Sometimes
So-
you just gotta do it and see
Exactly.
what is going
Exactly.
to happen. And I actually had a lot of fun, and I am willing to do others in the future, for sure.
Wonderful. Perfect. So that's my 4 thank yous for you guys. Thank you for everybody that watched on Twitch, and thank you also for everybody in the future watching this on YouTube. As always, please, until next time, be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye.